You've probably heard the saying, hit the ground running, right? Well, that's what this little guy and I did when I opened up this new laser. I know you're probably thinking, why another laser? My wife asked that question too. Well, it's because I think a laser engraver is the perfect companion to what we all do in 3D printing. And I'm kind of always looking for the one that has everything I want. This is the Ortur R2 Smart Laser Engraver, and it's a dual diode and IR laser. And yeah, you heard that right, dual. Ortur sent this over for me to check out, and after I pulled everything out of the box, well, I was able to get started cutting this little running man. And he's fully laser cut, totally free on Cuttle.xyz, and I'll have that link for you in the description, along with everything else. So what makes this laser different from others? Well, there's that whole dual thing. There's different versions, but I got the combo with the 20-watt diode and the 1.3-watt IR lasers to check out. And of course, you're probably wondering what those are and how it all works. Well, I was too. Now, as you know, I've tested a few lasers here on the channel, but I'm always thinking about how they fit in with 3D printing. And from what I've seen, the Ortur R2 is checking most of my boxes. It's not too expensive, it's powerful, it's safe, and it's covered. I especially like the safety features. There's 5 flame sensors, auto stop if the cover opens, tilt detection, smoke extraction, USB lock, and that classic emergency stop button. And seriously, why don't 3D printers have that? And I mean, I'm asking for a friend.
Methinks that but that's too much. What?
Ortur has this machine geared toward a lot of different people. They're small business owners, they can do batch production and customization. DIY beginners can dig right in due to the low learning curve, and families can enjoy it safely because of, like I said, all the safety features, and those are especially needed around kids. And yeah, that's all great, but for me, that misses one big feature that I really appreciate the most. It's easy. There's the obligatory app that it actually looks and works similar to some other laser apps I've used, but well, that just makes sense. There's tap and go settings for tons of different materials, and that makes it super easy to engrave or cut pictures and projects or create your own with text or even drawing it out. Connecting to Lightburn or Laser Gerbil software, well, that's where the real power comes in. You'll have a lot more control and more options, but well, that also brings in more testing and working out settings. They do include a list of starting settings, which is super helpful. Speaking of settings, let's talk about those laser modules. The 20-watt diode, well, that's pretty standard, and it's very versatile. You can engrave or cut wood, paper, leather, acrylic, and even some coated metals, and that's all great to add on into your own 3D print lab. With the laser project sites online now, plus some 3D databases with laser-ready files, well, you'll probably never run out of ideas. Something I love to do is combine wood with my 3D prints, and that just sort of gives them a more organic feel. Like this engraving of everybody's favorite droid R2-D2, and I don't think there's any relation to the Ortur R2, I think. Anyway, to make him stand on his own, I modified this neat little card stand inside my slicer to fit the card. The diode laser is fun, versatile, and depending on your wattage can handle a lot of materials. And you can also cut most woods, acrylics, and more up to about 15 millimeter or so, at least with this 20 watt, but there are limits. Enter the 1.3 watt IR laser. And you kind of think of it like a mini fiber laser. Well, at 1.3 watts, you're limited to engraving without cutting, but for most of us, that's going to be more than enough. You won't be using it on paper or wood like the diode, but you will get extremely crisp engravings on a lot of other materials. And that includes leather, dark acrylics, aluminum, MDF, and stainless steel is a possibility, which opens up a lot of things that you can do. And it even works well on plastics. Well, you know, 3D printed stuff. I have a conference coming up and I needed some giveaways, so I created this little phone holder in Fusion 360. And I printed my info on the inside, but I thought it'd be a perfect way to show off some geometric laser designs on the outside. Not to mention, it's a lot easier, quicker, and doesn't spit out waste like my color printers. Setting up both laser modules in Lightburn, well, that was a breeze. And I found it was simpler to create a separate profile for each laser module. Now that let me have different laser settings baked into the profile, and then I just have to change the modules. Oh, and there's a little size indicator next to the build area that has to be changed as well. The IR and 10-watt diode give you 300 by 210 millimeters of engraving room, and the 20-watt diode, that drops you down to 300 by 190. Either way, it's plenty of room to work with, and the inside actually will hold even larger project sizes. Earlier I mentioned batch production in relation to small businesses. That's super simple. All you have to do is just hit a button on the front and you can start your project over. Well, getting all that set up though, that's where it's going to get a little interesting. Fortunately, the R2 has a built-in HD camera situated right inside the lid. The camera outputs to your computer, and that requires a separate USB-C cable, but it just connected to my Windows laptop, no problem, and then showed up in Lightburn without any issues. But then getting it all calibrated, it's a little bit of a chore, but it's really worth it. And your camera controls, just click the Update Overlay button and you'll see your build area show up. Then it's simple to just move your project file to overlay that and fit your material where you need and start lasering. Or if you want, you can use the trace button to have it intelligently outline your project files. Now, admittedly, for me, trace can seem to be a little tricky, but I can definitely see the advantages of both of these options. And in case you were wondering, yes, the app works awesome with the camera. Just get your image ready to go, then pull up the camera to show your material. All you have to do then is drag your image over the material, make it the right size, well, follow those safety prompts, and then start engraving. Simple, safe, and I have to admit, it's pretty satisfying. Another cool option is that the bottom slides out with just 4 thumb screws. Why? Why not? Now you're not limited to the size of the material that fits inside the enclosure. You want to engrave that long welcome sign by your front door, or maybe even the front door itself. Just lay it all down, set the R2 right on top, and start engraving. I think you can see how this is going to open up a lot of possibilities.
You know, that's almost unbelievable.
For me, I think the R2 is versatile and nearly perfect for 3D printing labs or just general laser projects. It's easy to move around, dual laser module options, and if you add an air purifier, well, you could even use it without being tethered to a window for all that smoke that comes out. And that means it could work in your kitchen or at a craft show without being a hazard to other people around you. As with any machine, yes, there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve, and figuring out how to work it into your own 3D print lab, that's going to take some out-of-the-box thinking. Now, I've used a few lasers at this point, everything from small and super simple to really big and super complicated, but for what the R2 offers with the dual laser capability and at a price tag that's currently at about $1,100 for this particular combo, I think it's pretty much a perfect middle ground for all that I'm going to want or need. Check out the description for links and info, and I'll update any discounts that I can put my hands on, and I'll have those in there as well. Please subscribe and maybe share this video with others that you think might be interested. And whether it's lasering, 3D printing, or both, let's all continue to learn, create, and amaze.